Yeah, first things first. First things first, the producer applications is still open. Yeah. So the website, no, not the website, the email is here in the bottom. Yeah. And if you are listening to it, it will be in the description. We're looking for a producer, somebody who's got their ear to the ground, somebody who understands the pod, understands the type of things that we like to deep dive into. And we will have a conversation about all of that at some point in time. There are some people that have been hitting me saying, they want to redo their application and that. You can redo it. It's absolutely fine. So you can resend it. You can send it a couple of times if you want. We'll get around to looking at them at some point. Also, as you probably already know, the salt and pepper that you see is wisdom, which means more often than not, I know what I'm doing. Yeah, you understand the vibe. And also, you know what happens when the butter melts perfectly on the toast. Yeah? You should know that. You know that. Yeah, you know that. Yeah. You know what happens when the butter melts perfectly on the toast. You should have kept your mic on, by the way. You could have kept the mic on. You could have the mic on for this time.
No, that's all right.
You're shy now.
I'm not shy.
Huh?
I don't need a mic.
All right.
My voice can be heard.
I hear it loud. Do you know what? Okay, so I got T today as a guest, yeah. I think you should really listen to this conversation because it is a really good conversation. But there was a couple of things I wanted to mention first because I knew Poet's not here. He's got some things going on or whatever else, yeah. But I wanted to say this because I didn't want to miss the moment because this literally just happened yesterday. And it also reminded me that last week was Father's Day. So honourable shout out to the fathers out there, all the father figures and that's been doing their thing properly, whatnot. We shouldn't necessarily have to celebrate you because being a good father is a given, really, but it isn't when you live in such an unrighteous world. So honourable shout out to those who are putting their best foot forward or trying to put their best foot forward and having obstacles in their way in that process. Love and guidance to you. But as if you've been watching this for a little while, you'll know I got a really good relationship with my dad. Had a great relationship with my stepdad and that as well. And my stepdad and my dad got on really well. But anyway, yeah. Let me tell you something funny about my dad, yeah? And somebody in the world must be able to relate to something like this, yeah? So hear this. The other day, yeah, I said to myself, you know what? I could really do with my dad cooking a bunch of food for me and then me putting it in containers and eating it throughout the week and whatnot, yeah? Exercise my privilege. My dad is a very good cook. I get my mum to do it, and I get sometimes other people, because with how life is sometimes, coming home and then cooking is just long, yeah? Obviously, I will cook when I want to or when I need to, but it's nice to have some stuff in the freezer that I can put in the steamer when I'm ready and do that. So anyway, I ran my dad one time, and I said to him, yo, Dad, do you mind if I send you some money, if I give you some money, yeah? And then you just cook up a big food and then I just come there with some containers and then, you get what I'm saying, container up the thing and then I can eat it throughout the week or whatever. Or whatnot. He's like, yeah, of course. He goes, just let me know a day before. Just let me know a day before. So I said, all right, cool. So anyway, now, the other day, I thought to myself, nah, you know what? I'm going to check my dad today. So let me just shout him today and see if it's not too late to get food cooked. So I ring him in the morning. It's 9 in the morning. I'm out on the road. I said, Dad, yo, is it too late? If I send you money, is it too late to get some food cooked up for me so that I can container it up and whatnot? Because I'm going to come and check you anyway a little bit later. He's like, nah. He goes, just send it and I'll start getting cooking and that, yeah? I said, all right, cool. Then he said to me, what do you fancy? So I said, I want some curry chicken, rice, and flinging a dumpling with that as well, yeah? So he's like, all right, cool. So then I've sent him the money now. I'm doing what I'm doing for the community or whatnot now. Then I've come to my dad's in the evening. I sat down, whatever, spud my dad, whatever. He sat on his couch, I sat on my one. Just chilling and that now. And we're just talking. I could smell the food getting cooked up and whatnot. So I'm like, yeah. I had my containers too, because he said, don't forget the containers. So I brought my containers and that, yeah. So anyway, I'm kicking back now. Do you know what my dad said to me? he said to me, anyway, so listen, yeah, I've been eating too much chicken recently, so I cooked oxtail instead. I said, you what? He said, I've been eating too much chicken recently, so I'll cook some oxtail instead. So I said, let me rewind this a piece. Yeah. I rang you and said, is it all right if I send you money so that you can cook me something for the week? Yeah. So I can put it in containers and eat it for the week. Yeah. And then you said to me, what do you fancy? So then I said, can I get curry chicken, rice with dumpling? And then you're telling me that you ate too much chicken, so you cooked oxtail instead. I couldn't believe it when he said this to me. I couldn't believe it. And then on top of that, do you know what made it even worse, bro? He says to me, oh, also on top of that, I used a different seasoning. So this time, this one's a little bit salty. I'm like, oh my God. My dad, who is a wonderful cook, I asked him for chicken, rice, and to fling in a dumpling. And because he's been eating too much chicken recently, he's making oxtail instead. And on top of that, he's used a different seasoning. So it's salty this time now. Brother, I couldn't believe it, bro. I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. But that's a certain type of dad for you. I love my dad to pieces. But only he could tell me something like that. He's been eating too much chicken recently. So he's made oxtail instead. Bro. That is a story I'm always going to tell. I'm always going to tell that story. Do you know what it is? Yeah, I said to my dad, when I was leaving the yard, I said to him, he goes, because he realized at first that I was a bit agitated about it, yeah. But then afterwards, I started to find it funny, because I'm like, I can't believe that you just said this with your whole chest like that. He just leaned back in the sofa, and just casually said, you know what? I've just been eating too much chicken recently, so I made oxtail instead. I said, oh my God. But you know what? Yeah. I said to him when I was leaving, I was like, this time I'm going to ring you next time, and I'm going to say to you, Dad, can you make oxtail with rice and a dumpling, and fling in some dumplings with that? And then I need you to do what you've done. Because if I ask him for the oxtail, I'm sure I'm going to get the chicken now. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? He'll give me the chicken now if I ask him for the oxtail. So... Or say... yeah. Or he'll say that he made me chicken foot soup. That's probably what he'll tell me. Yeah, don't worry, man, I made you chicken foot soup. But yeah, my dad's a wonderful cook though, and so big up to my dad still. And you know, I've actually been having a few conversations recently about like father figure and my dad and all of that, because Father's Day was just around the corner, and yeah, a few people had reached out to me to talk about my experience in that. And I think if you've been watching this for a long time, a lot of you lot would know that like I'm very lucky and I'm super privileged in that section where my dynamic was so different to anyone else's or most other people's, in a sense that my parents split up when I was young, but my dad was always in my life and always vacant, always present. There was never a moment where I didn't think that I couldn't speak to my dad about certain things. And in fact, same with my mum as well. But in essence, like, there's certain things that I would probably be quicker to speak to my dad about, because, you know, like, there might be certain things I'd chat to my mum about after the fact. But if I talk to her about it in the moment, she's going to panic or she's going to react a certain type of way, yeah? Whereas with my dad, it would be a little bit different. Still being though, I could chat to my mum. But then I guess where I was extra lucky is that when I was young still, my mum met somebody called Peter who was just the sickest guy, my stepdad and whatever, and like I had an amazing relationship with him, and he had a really good relationship with my dad. I love talking about that. I love talking about the fact that my dad and my stepdad got on really well. I remember even having conversations with people that would talk about like, I could never call a man my stepdad and that. And I'm like, big man, if you saw how certified this man was to my mum, yeah, I could not fathom not calling him that at times. Do you get what I'm saying? This man was so certified. And what I respect about him so much, because someone asked me the other day, they were asking me about like the integration period between my mum meeting Peter and like how I got to know him. And I can't remember that because I was just too young. I don't remember the integration period and that and all of that stuff between him and my dad and all of that. All I can say is in hindsight, looking back and understanding his personality too, I think this man stepped into my mum's life, and before he could even love my mum, before he could even get to the point of loving my mum, he had the most amount of respect for her. Like, he super respected her. So he stepped into a dynamic and he said, okay, cool. I've seen the dynamic between you and your son and his dad and all three of you. And this is important to you? Is this important to you? Cool. If this is important to you, I'm going to ride by that then. And he just stepped in and acted accordingly. He didn't try to be my dad. He didn't try to do too much. He didn't try to do any of that. But one thing that he did do was when he stepped in, he loved me like a son. Do you know what I mean? He loved me like a son, was always there, vacant, present. But more importantly, he just loved my mum to pieces. One of my biggest flexes I used to always say, was that my mum is the happiest woman I know, genuinely. My mum is the happiest woman I know. So when you see a relationship like that and you see how two people can love each other and build with each other and that, and on top of that, like the respect that he had for my dad and me and all of that, if he then went and turned around and also the fact that he married my mum, he was with my mum for years, 20 plus years or whatever. If he walked down the street and someone that he hasn't seen for a little while says, yo, is that his son? And he says, yeah, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. This man passed a bag of tests. He passed a bag of tests. It wasn't like a thing he stepped into a situation and then a week later, a month later or whatever, he's just calling me his son and I'm stepdad and all of that type of stuff. Not like that. Man came in, played a role, showed the most amount of respect, was certified, was reliable, was obviously loved my mum to pieces and that. And I think from that, my dad just respected him. Imagine, yeah, a man can die. Peter died in my arms, yeah. And the first people that came to the house to see my mum was my dad's family. Could you imagine that? And that's not to say, obviously, that his family wasn't there, whatever. It just worked out that, like, you know, they were just able to just get there quick. But even if they came later on in the day, even if they came the next day, even if they came a couple of weeks later, like, they were there. They came because they respected him and that. And like, yeah, man. I'm like, I always think about that. I always think about how privileged I was to experience that element of it. You know what I mean? And I understand that it's difficult in this time to ever to see relationships like that, but you know, we give thanks for it still. Are you lot voting? Are you voting?
I might spoil the ballot.
Oh, is it? Yeah, you might spoil the ballot. You should do it, bro. Well, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I think you should vote still. Like,
I registered last minute, but I'm not really into it.
I hear it, and neither am I. But like I said in the episode, you'll see we talk a little bit about it. Like, if I vote, yeah, I can criticize though.
Facts.
I can criticize. I turned up and it didn't go my way. And even though life doesn't work like that, I played my role and I've been playing my role. So what the fuck's going on?
You can't really chat shit if you haven't.
if you don't step out, then like obviously you can moan and do all of that type of stuff. And I understand why you would feel like you don't want to, because shit is just getting worse and all of that type of stuff. But you know, ultimately, one thing that we all have to remember is we're all part of a game. Yeah. We're all part of a game. And if you decide to just not play the game, then you're definitely gonna get waxed over. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that is about it, isn't it? Really?
All clips.
Oh yeah. Oh, R.I.P. to Dotstar as well, man. Big up Dotstar, man. Clips. Hcpod clips. Yeah, for all the shorter stuff and whatnot. Go there and you will see clips. How often are you posting clips there, bro?
2-3 times a week.
Okay, 2-3 times a week. Yeah, so you might see a long episode and you might just want to get to the bits and pieces. Go to Hcpod clips. We might even start filming some separate content over there. We might do that. Why not? Anyway, TE, I think you're going to enjoy this one still. It was a good one. Have a good weekend and good week, and back on the other side. The salt and pepper means more often than not I know what I'm doing.
Is that sweat?
Oh, that's not sweat underneath my neck, bro. That's oud. Oh, okay. Come on, my G. You know the vibes. This is how I'm feeling today. I'm not going to stay like this. But this is how I'm feeling today. I've been letting everyone know it's not sweat underneath the neck, it's oud. Yeah, that's important. Yeah, man, come on.
Is that how you start, man? Just start straight to it?
Yeah,
no,
man.
Nah, I like that. I love that. Hold on,
and also, it's not salt. You see the salt and pepper that you see there, it's wisdom. That's important. Yeah, I'm going to be letting everyone know that. When you see the salt and pepper is wisdom. And it also lets you know that more often than not, I know what I'm doing. Do you get what I'm saying?
My brother.
But in the meantime, between time, I'm going to take them off. TE's with me. What's going on, my G?
Nah, you're the best, bro. Nah, that is crazy, bro.
No, I'm going to be doing that a couple of times this time. I'm going to be doing that.
I love that.
I'm going to be doing that, man.
I love that. Man just said straight in. Nah, I love that.
It's the energy that I'm putting out there right now.
I love
you know
that.
what I'm
You're feeling
saying?
good
like,
right now.
It's funny because I think it was this time last year, me and Poet was having a conversation about how he was feeling. And I was saying to him, you know what? I'm not feeling that great. I said, I'm not feeling that great, but it's not problematic though.
Yeah.
Like, I think at the time, the year had just started slow. There was just a few things as well that just wasn't really happening and all of that. Like, the career obviously went really well that year, but I just think I felt low vibrational. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this time I don't feel like that.
How you feeling now?
I feel highly favoured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think it stems from? Career-wise or just business-wise? Obviously, we see business going well. You know what I mean?
I think it's more than that. I think it's
spiritual thing.
Yeah, but I also think as well, like, me and my friends, my closest friends, have been like really locked in properly amongst each other. Do you get what I'm saying?
For a good
and that's
period of time.
always a powerful thing for me.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like my closest friends, we get to have some of the most unfiltered conversations you can have. And it's important. Ego to the side.
Yeah.
You know them ones there?
Yeah.
Like, we're at that stage where it's like, you know, we can lay whatever out on the table and just talk about that.
I think you're getting to that kind of age.
100%. Have you got that?
Yeah. It's been like that for
Is it, yeah?
Recently, yeah, man. Especially this year.
Yeah.
Especially like certain things that man's had to go through. It's like man's been really locked in with my community.
Yeah.
Really locked in and just really checking on people. Because it's easy to just check, especially when obviously Jevon.
Yeah, of course,
since then,
bro.
it's just like that kind of triggered as well. Because man was locked in and checking in. It's like still unaware.
Yeah.
So it's like really got to check in. You know what I mean? It kind of peels back a layer to where, like I said, you're checking in on someone and you think they're fine. Next day, wow, man was under so much pressure.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying? So it just peeled back a layer to where it's like when I'm checking in and when I am with people, it's like really locking and really trying to get a sense of certain things. Like even just now, I'm learning certain things about certain brethren that I've had for time. Cause
right.
Like, man's just trying to have deeper conversations. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. And really understand where man is. Because like I said, man could just be fine, bro. I could not to sound mad, but man could come here today, sound fine, talk to you for an
later
hour.
on,
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, 100%.
So that's it's yeah, man.
It's
I
mad
feel
to know,
man's
like
got
when you start having them proper conversations. Yeah, it's mad when you start learning things about your brethren that you parred with for years and just didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Like one thing for me as well, yeah, is I mean doing a lot of reflecting. I've mentioned this a few times where like there were certain things back in the day that just seemed super normal to me, like with my brethren and certain things that we had going on or whatever else. Yeah. And I look back at that and I'm like, rah, like certain conditions that man were living in at a certain time was mental, bro. I was fortunate, but like I would go to my brethren's yard at the time and just think, oh yeah, this is all normal. Like I didn't think nothing. I'm not thinking anything. I'm just going to check my brethren.
It's just normal. Yeah.
But then now, as a big man and experiencing certain things, I'm looking back. I'm like, rah, mum was an alcoholic, dad was a crackhead. You get what I'm saying? We was basically in a band though.
It's crazy.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Crazy,
like.
Bro.
And the condition that was his or her
Normal.
everyday normal living condition.
Yeah.
Now later on down the line, how does that affect you? Do you get what I'm saying? Because a part of that, you can either internalize that and later on down the line, you know, all these different elements of what you've seen has affected you in a certain way, or you know, by the grace of the Most High, you're able to compartmentalize elements of that, rationalize it a little bit, and be able to move forward and leave that in the past. Do you know what I mean?
Just depends. Conditioning. Where you arrive all depends on conditioning throughout that journey, innit? It depends on certain little events that happen or people that intervene that can talk to you. It just all depends.
Jevon, let's talk about that quickly, actually, yeah. Because I know, like, you know, you talked about that as well, like, checking in, having them conversations or whatever, yeah. And, like, how was that whole thing for you?
I was in like, I had two feelings. Like at first it was like just sadness and shock, and then like after that it was like, I don't know, man. I don't know how to explain. I don't want to sound mad, bro, but it was like, you know, like I said, I was checking in, I was speaking to man. We was planning to go studio, all of these things, sending back and forth songs, and I kind of felt like, I don't know, man. I felt a way about how it ended, man. I just felt like I kind of felt disappointed in a way, man. If that makes sense. Not to like, obviously that's just not to take away the pain and
of course.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? But it's just I kind of felt disappointed, bro. Cause I was just like, bro, like you had it, man. Like,
so cold, isn't it?
Like not even just music, bro. You had it, man. Like I don't know what like family life is, but you had it, bro. You had your kids. You know what I mean? Beautiful kids. You're not wanting for money. Music's going alright. Syncing's working. This is working. Studio. You got artists here. Like talent wise, you're good, bro. Like so, me, I was just disappointed, fam. I just feel like it's the last thing man would want to do. You know what I mean? Yeah. Tap out. Like I can't imagine it, bro. Not with my daughter. Like there's times, don't get me wrong, but going through things that I've been through where it's like, man's been on that, like, you know what I mean? You just think, bro, with it, like, what's man actually here for? You know what I mean? You, as a man, I feel like most men, it comes through, it's like, bro, this is long. Like, let me just, do you know what I'm trying to say? But it's like, when you really think about it, think of the pain that you'd cause and really think about it, it's not even an option.
Why are we here, by the way? Why are we here?
I think it's just an experience, bro. It's just an experience and leave behind more than what we found when we came.
Is that it?
I think that's it, bro. I don't think there's more than that, man. Like, it's just, this is an experience, fam, until the end. Like, it's just for here to learn and just make it better than how we found it, bro. Like, that's how I see it. That's the first thing that came to mind when you asked that now. If I sit and delve, man, can convince myself that it's other things, but I think it's just an experience, isn't it? Like an experience at the end of the day. Even when it comes to your parents, bro, like certain conversations I'm having lately with Mumsy, what to do in preparation of your death.
Oh, I'm having a lot of that. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
And it's like, these are the hardest convos man's having, because it's like, I never want to picture that, but it's like, you know, one day it has to happen and you 100%. Have to sit with it and you have to, like my brethren's, is like, unfortunately a couple of my brethren's have lost their mum recently, bro, and it's like, the strength that them man are showing, I'm just like, bro, I can't imagine.
I can't fathom.
I can't imagine.
Let me tell you something. Me and my mum, like my mum, we have all kinds of open conversations. You know what I'm saying? And like that comes up a lot. Even yesterday. Yesterday I've signed some like lasting power of attorney thing, whatever. So like, you know, when everything all goes mad, like, so everything's in
I had one of them the other day for
Is it?
Zurich Insurance. And you know when you see it, it's like, cool, at least we've got it in order. because that's what it's supposed to do generationally. But it's like, it's not things I want to think about, innit? But that avoidance is how things go wrong. Do you know what I'm trying to say? You can't avoid it. That's why I say, like, this pain is that man has to have to harness this pain and just accept it. It's not, you can't get rid of it. You just have to accept it and work through it. Like these painful conversations man have with our parents. When you drop out, what do I do? On the day that I find out you drop out, what box do I open? Like my brethren, he said that when his mum passed away, but it was a smooth transition for her because she just left a briefcase. Her whole life was in there. Everything was alright. You know what I'm saying? It just made it easier for him and his family for the transition. I feel like a lot of pain and grieving after people pass away is like the financial stress starts hitting people, and it's like it makes it harder to actually.
Expensive, bro.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But when things are in order, I've seen it. It makes the transition smooth. Still pain. Don't get me wrong. Money don't make anything. Don't bring them back. But it makes it easier to just accept what's happened and get to the grieving stage. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
so I feel like those difficult conversations with mumsy and pups, people that are fortunate to have their dads as well, just they need to be had, bro.
Yeah, when my granddad died, he didn't have his stuff in order, innit, really. And like, my mum was going through a lot at the time, so obviously her dad's died now, and her husband was dying in that process. And when she was going through everything, that I remember her sitting on the floor, she was going through some shit, whatever, she was in that emotional, and she said, "This is the reason why I speak to you about all of this, so that you don't have to be trying to do maths equations and figure this out and doing all that type of stuff. This is why I'm saying, you know what, when I am to go, this is there, that's here, this is there, this is what you do, whatever, sign this off, do all of these type of things." So like, and I see that there's a privilege in that. But you know what, just going back to the Jevon thing quickly, you know what, like, them things, and one thing that I've learned is that, and I learned this through a friend of mine that went through a really, really tough time, and her situation was quite different and a rarity in a sense that she was overly vocal. So you know, you get two types. You get someone who's like really quiet, don't say nothing, and you would just never know. With her, everyone knew. It was one of them ones. Everyone knew. But one of the conversations that we was having, was that the thing that was really getting to her the most is that she had felt like there's nothing wrong. It's like I've got, my parents are there. I make good money. She's an attractive girl. She's listing off all of the things that are going really well, but she feels this way. And the more that somebody would say to her, but you're pretty, but you got this, or but you got that, it would just make it worse for her. Because there's something that is going on that she can't shift. And she knows, in essence, compared to most people as well, she's got things going on. Do you get what I'm saying? And I think, ironically enough, that element of having blessings and being good, essentially, is what can tip people over the edge. It's that, because you just, what you're feeling and what you're going through is so real. It's so real. And
it's hard to pinpoint it to something. Exactly. If everything's going good. Sometimes you can pinpoint it to workplace stress, relationship. Do you know what I'm saying? But when everything's flourishing, you feel alright. It's like, I see that the spiritual, innit? That's when it becomes a spiritual thing.
Well, it's kind of also as well, you know, like when someone says to you, like, say you're going gym in it, so someone could say to you, bro, you look really, really well, bro. But you look at yourself every day in the mirror and you just don't see it.
That happens to me now.
What? Swear down.
I swear to God. Bro, I swear to God. I swear to God, it happens to me now, bro. I wake up every day feeling small. I go to the gym.
Serious?
I swear to God. Like, bless. No, I'm being genuine, because I fight with this. And no,
hey, gang, do you know how whammy is? Bro,
do you know how bad it is? Bro, no. Bro, I can only be honest, innit?
Yeah, go.
Like, I'm just trying to be honest with myself. See, gym, it's the most honest place, and you can only succeed in there if you're honest with yourself. So I'm honest with myself, bro. December, January, I said, let me bulk. I started putting on a little belly. For most people, it's not a belly. For me, it's a belly, innit? I started feeling a way about it, bro. Like I'm like this, innit? Like face, it's a bit too much. So I started cutting. But as I'm cutting now, and I'm shredding, and I look good, and all my little posters on Instagram, and I look good, and that, it's like, I'm starting to feel light. And the lighter I feel, like the smaller I feel, bro. And it's like, I look great, 97 kg, but it's like, nah, man, I feel small, bro. I'm going to the gym every day. I'm trying to eat, and it's like, oh, bro, you look huge. I'm going out, man. What? Man's what? It's like, oh, bro, you don't even know. Right now, I need that 3-4 kg to make me feel all right. Do you know what I'm saying? I swear that, bro, the gym it's just one of those. And you know, there's people talk about it before you get. Like, remember, I've been back in the gym on like steady this whole thing, like a year and a bit now, year and 8 months or something like that, like back to consistency. So it's like people tell you that you go through these stages, it's like there'll never be enough in it. Like the pump is the ultimate thing for us. And then as soon as you get sucked back in it again, it's like you chase that pump again the next day. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a never-ending thing. That's why you just kind of have to fall in love with health and fitness as opposed 100%. To how you look.
Well, you know what it is, yeah? Regardless of what we do, we go back to our baseline of happiness. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Our baseline is here, and then we might do whatever it is. It could be gym, it could be going on stage, it could be whatever it is. I could do the sickest podcast, yeah? Then for a moment, obviously, I'm up here because I'm in the clouds a bit, yeah? But after a while, somewhere, even in the day, by the way, you have to come so it might not even change, it might not even last for the week or for the days or whatever. Somewhere in the day, I'm slowly going back to my baseline of happiness. And it's like, say with the gym, bro, what is weird about it is like, bro, I'll go in the gym now and I'll start doing my bit for the community in the gym. Going mad in there now. And I'm feeling good, and I leave and I feel fine. But then later on in the evening now, I'm feeling like I'm not as I've lost it now. Do you get what I'm saying?
All day long.
I need to feel all day long. I need to feel how I feel when I'm leaving the gym is how I need to feel when I wake up, and I need to feel that all day. But it's not realistic. It's just not. You got to
find that in other things, though, innit? That's why man have to be happy with the job that you go to, or the career that you've chosen, or the business that you're running. It's like you find that feeling through those things. So, for example, you come to your pod, you chill with the man, then you express a bit, you have that little momentary again, and then it drops a bit when you're on your way back, because then you have to think of business and what he's doing and these things, and then you have another thing because you might have an event that night, or you might have radio, or you might have something, so you have that again, and then it drops again. So it's just a balance, innit? It's like it's never going to be stable, is it? It's like it's just going to be like that, innit? You go up, like you said, you just, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you're higher, sometimes you're lower, but you just want to be as close to that baseline as possible at all times, really. I mean, you don't really want to sway too high from it, because that come down to too heavy.
Mad,
And you don't want to be too below it, because that's depression.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's 100%. Being as close to that baseline as possible, man.
Well, it's good to see, like, you're musically outside again, bro.
Yeah.
I love that, bro. I saw you're someone I really rate a lot. We talk about you every once in a while on the pod.
I know as well. I appreciate it. I know. I'm on it. My name pops up.
So you came back outside. What is it? It's Heartbreak and Half Packs.
Half Packs. Man.
Like, I want to talk a bit about the project, but I also want to talk a little bit about even the promo in which you like kind of led with, where you had a few people that kind of sat down, and the question that you asked them was, have you experienced heartbreak? I'm asking you, bro. Have you experienced heartbreak?
Yeah.
Recent?
I mean, 2020 is the first time I felt my heart crack in my chest. And my little brother caught an index offence.
He caught
he had a mental breakdown and killed someone.
Oh, swear.
By accident.
Okay.
And that's his first charge ever. So, March 2020, he got sentenced. He got remanded in Scrabs.
Okay.
I went to go check it. I went to go check him in Scrabs, and it's mad, bro. Because look, so basically, it's happened. Look, so So what's happened is my little brother, he was breaking down in it. He used to play football. He used to be a professional footballer for Crystal Palace.
Right.
Got injured. Didn't really get back into it. Started smoking weed. It triggered the psychosis. So it runs in my family. So it triggered his psychosis, schizophrenia. Had a couple of incidents where he'd done some mad stuff. Woke up one day, poked someone in the neck.
Mad.
Just randomly. My auntie's brethren in the yard, just randomly. So these little things are happening. Carnival's on.
So this is this was close. This was a close thing. This was in the.
Yeah, no. So that didn't. No. That's not what happened. So when I say poke, that was cool. That person was alright. It weren't. That was not. That was just. That's what kind of like started leading to. Alright, cool. You need to go to hospital now.
Okay, got you.
So boom, he's gone. He's done that. Things are leading up to it. Like for example, he's left. My mum's. He's bitten like far west to walk to Carnival one time. Like the walk's like 2 hours, bro.
Mad.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's like these little signs. It's like, yeah, that man's kind of breaking down. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's happened.
Don't worry about that. It's cool. It's calm.
Sorry. That's happened. He's had the incident where he's woke up, poked someone in the neck. He's been sectioned to a ward hospital. In that ward hospital, he's had a fight with someone. That person didn't make it. He's escaped from that hospital. Bro, I'm sitting in my yard one day, yeah. As far as I know, my little brother's in hospital. The door's knocked. Feds, I'm with my little daughter. Feds, like 12 jakes at the door. Your little brother's absconded from hospital, blah, 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 blah. They ended up finding him in like North West London, Wembley somewhere. Got remanded in Scrubs. Obviously, I haven't spoken to him. I don't know what's happening. So 2 months have gone past. I've gone to check him. I say 2 weeks has gone past, sorry. I've gone to check him in Scrubs. Obviously, I'm sitting waiting for him to come. They've said, he's not coming. He's punched up a screw. This, that. He's not behaving and all these things. That moment, my heart cracks, bro.
Yeah.
It's just because I just wanted to check on him, innit? Like, I didn't know what was happening. We didn't have a conversation. I didn't know how he was. Like, and it's like that moment, like I was sitting there, everyone's peoples are coming out, everyone's visiting. It's like I just want to see my brother in it, and I felt my heart crack that day, bro. Like that's the first time I can say like real heartbreak, real heartbreak. Like I lost my uncle before that broke me, but not to a point where that incident with my little brother was like, yeah, man, like this is.
Do you feel helpless in that as well?
Do I feel helpless?
Did you feel helpless at the time?
Sitting in Scrubs, I felt helpless, bro. Because like my peoples is next to me, checking their people, and like you know what I mean. The man is telling me, "Oh, your little brother's done this." I'm saying, "What?" Like, my little brother, bro, like never showed violence in his life. Now you're telling me he's caught an M charge and man's punched up 2 screws and he's doing. I'm saying, what? Like, what's happening, blood? Do you know what I'm trying to say? And it's like, I didn't feel helpless, bro. I didn't feel helpless. I just felt mad confused. Yeah. I was so confused, man. That's why started doing my. Obviously, I started studying psychosis and schizophrenia and these things and how it's triggered and what it stems from and this, that, and just trying to put myself in his shoes a bit and trying to understand it. You know what I'm saying?
What was it like? Is there anything interesting that you found in? You see, when you started studying it and that, yeah. Not
with the actual illness, bro. But this system that he's in now is what I've started like. It away from his illness, like understanding his illness, that's alright. But now it's just the system and how to get through the system. You know what I'm saying? Because the system that he's in profits off people like him.
Yeah.
Being in the system, so it's not about his rehabilitation and his health. It's more about let's contain you for as long as we can to get this bread. So it's just about learning that system. Man's going through court cases and we got this and certain things. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's what I've really starting to learn, bro. Because he's only got the outside help as much as possible. We've got a legal team, but it's like me and Mumsy is outside help and really, do you know what I mean? People that he can confide in and really that are gonna fight for him on the outside. So I've got to learn certain things that I can tell the legal team or tell his solicitors, tell them recommend this, and when it comes to dosages and this, that, you got to look up, you know what I mean? Google research this case back then, and this was the result of this case. So we fight it. We bring up this case as an example, and just certain things. You know what I mean? Every 6 months we do a review. Yeah, man, it's a lot of studying, bro, and understanding.
You know what? I'm kind of, now hearing you talk as well. I'm kind of curious. Maybe you can try and see if you can find something. Yeah, but I'm curious to find out like what the percentages of people that find themselves in those hospitals. How many of them actually get rehabilitated?
What, make it back out?
Yeah.
Be a low percentage, man. Be a low percentage.
Yeah, if you can see if you can find something on that. Actually,
a lot of people go back to. A lot of people go from jail to there, from there back to jail.
Yeah.
Or you make it to like he's in high max, so you make it to medium secure, and then you.
He's in high max.
He's in high max, yeah.
Okay.
So then from there you make it to medium secure, where you get a bit more freedom. You get a phone, you can see the internet, and you can catch up with your peoples more often. You know what I'm saying? Now it's just monitored phone calls, one a day. You know what I'm saying? He speaks to me. He can phone. I think he gets 3 calls a day maybe, but he speaks to my mum every morning. Hits me up when he does. You know what I mean?
How is he now?
Oh, mentally he's good.
Okay.
Mentally he's good, man. Like Lil Brody's good, man. He's learned to play the guitar in there.
Okay.
He's learned to learned to play keyboard in there. Like I went to visit him one time and he sat us down. He did 7-minute rendition on the keyboard, like.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
7 minutes of playing the keyboard for me, my mum, and my daughter.
That's cold.
Now he's cold. He's so with him, he's the ward representative, innit? Like he's good, man. He's like me, man. He gets into places and he just, you know what I mean? He gets to the top of it, bro.
Yeah.
Like he's good, man. He's mentally he's strong, man.
Yeah, bless him, man. I hope there's a good outcome for him.
Yeah. As
well. Do you know what I mean?
You know, with him, I think like his story, yeah, man. His story is gonna be because when it comes to obviously playing professional football and mental health and stuff, he's obviously got like an extreme example of how bad it can go. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I feel like when we're getting back into the community, you can just speak to people, bro. I feel like that would be his thing, you know what I mean? Speech and, I mean, just letting people know like how to deal with them kind of things, man.
Because that thing of playing professional football and actually not making it, is like, that's a deep one.
It's so deep, especially when you play football, because you got to remember,
because you're so
everything
close.
is football though. From 6 or 7 every Sunday you're at football.
Yeah.
School, you're playing football every lunch. You're not caring about school. You're just doing it to get to football at lunch.
Yeah.
Then you're going to the local teams. You're mashing it up. Everyone's saying you're the best baller they know. Everywhere you're going, you're mashing it up. There's a million trophies in my house, bro. My brother's one of the best ballers, man. No, like everyone will vouch for him. His friends, you know what I mean? He was literally one of them guys. Left-footed, cold. He's big like me. He's cold, bro. Rapid.
Yeah.
Like, legs are huge. Like he's just
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
cold.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Machine.
dreads was just swinging on the pit. Like he's just cold, bro. It's like, you know when you watch man play, you're just like you're just proud. You're just, bro, you're cold. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, man. It's like to go from that.
But it's mad when you get an injury. It's so mad
it's hard,
because then it's
bro.
hard to come,
so
especially if
hard,
was it a
man.
knee thing?
Yeah, his injury with his knee. Yeah, it's definitely
bro.
But you know what it is? It's I think it was just his surroundings at the time and how he felt, how he dealt with it, bro. I think it was just the influence. You know, when you're down in Palace and you're in these places and your locals, like I think he was just, you know what I mean? The influence was just a bit.
Did you smoke a little weed in that as well?
Yeah,
And
he
then it
smoked
taps
weed.
into
It's
that.
like, the weed thing happened like it was a good while after the injury. So it's like a good while after man's like, you know what? I kind of tapped out of this football thing.
Yeah.
So a good while after that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And then man
yeah.
started picking up the weed thing, and it's like, yeah, man, just affected him different, man.
Yeah, it's mad.
Unfortunately,
Especially when you know your brother, innit? Like, you know a man.
Yeah,
And then to see a complete personality shift and not even necessarily know where it comes from in that first instance, is mad. And then for it to all turn out like that,
bro. There was a time in the yard. Sorry to cut you,
No,
bro.
go
There was
for
a
it.
time in the yard he was holding my daughter, bro, and my little brother was holding my daughter. Yeah, I'm saying put my daughter down. He's saying what? I'm saying, bro, put my daughter down. I'm saying what? Or what? But my daughter's in his hand, you know. She's like 3 years old these times. I'm saying, bro, put my daughter down, please. Bro, I can see him gripping her tighter, bro.
yeah,
And
because
he's saying-
he's locked into what you're saying now. Like,
He's saying what? Or what?
yeah.
I'm saying, bro, what's wrong? Like, what's wrong with you, bro? And it's like he's like, just how you're looking at me now, bro. And it's like he put her down, bro. He walked out the yard. Like he was
Swear.
breaking up, bro. I had a had a video shoot.
Yeah, we got email.
My bro wouldn't mind me saying it's not
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? It's just, I feel like I put this all in the music anyway, so
Of
I don't want to
course,
sit like
yeah.
I'm just chatting a man, but it's like these are all documented things and this is a part of his story, you know, it's his truth. My man had a video shoot with EMAC, bro. My little brother was acting. They had a scene where they were supposed to pretend to punch someone, punched him in his face, almost knocked him out. And he said, sorry.
Wait, hold on.
Listen. So imagine
Wait,
we had
it was a scene?
Bro, it was a scene in the video. She was supposed to pretend to hit this brother, innit?
And he just
little brother
smacked him.
Banged him in his face. And he's just going, sorry. Bro, do you know, at the time it's funny, yeah, but me, I'm just there thinking, wow.
Oh my
Like,
God.
this thing's getting serious, man.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, it's comical at the time, because man just like
Wait,
when-
you thought it was comical at the time?
At the time, it was kind of
It's
comical,
supposed
bro.
to be funny later on down the line, not straight away. You telling me
at the
the
time
man
it's-
nearly stiffened a man's
Do
legs?
you know why? Because no one understood it apart from me.
Okay.
So at the time you're just thinking, right, it's an accident, innit? You just obviously swung a bit too much. So at the time it's funny to everyone who don't know internally what's happening.
Right.
I'm checking it as these are signs of you breaking down.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying
It's
to say?
another one.
Do you
It's
know what I'm
another
trying to
thing,
say?
yeah.
So that's what it was, man. It's just there were signs in it, but it's just everyone shows signs of breaking down sometimes. You don't know
Yeah.
what it's gonna lead to though.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's just how you come back. Like you might be mad at work one day. But the office. Blah, blah, blah. You see it all the time, bro. That is a sign, but you don't know what that's going to lead to. That's just I'm upset for 15 minutes. Sorry, Janice. I'm back at work. You know what I'm trying to say?
100.
Or it could after I'm crashing this car into someone when I leave work.
Yeah.
You don't know what it's going to lead to, bro. So it's just.
Bro,
like,
you know
how
one time,
How do
yeah,
you help?
I had my brother gave me a weed cake, didn't tell me, yeah, and it flipping spazzed me out to pieces, bruv. Anyway, or the next day, I've told the story bare times, but I'm just gonna go to one specific point. Like the next day, it's still in my system, yeah. So in my mind on a normal one is just normal.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, there's something happening in my brain that I can't control. Yeah. And I remember even thinking to myself, this must be what it's like to be met. There was one point where I couldn't speak, bro. Yeah. I couldn't, like, no words were coming out of my mouth. I hadn't smoked weed for years. So the weed cake that I've got, that my man gave me and didn't tell me, was like, it was, what do you call it? You know when you say like, so you know like when you go beginner, intermediate, advanced, what's the next thing after that? Elite. It was that kind of thing, bro. This is the smokers thing. Yeah. Like this is the prop. Like this is not. You don't just give that to somebody who's. I ate the whole thing as well. Yeah. So you know what I mean. You could just imagine. I could see there was so much weed in this thing. Yeah. When I'm looking at the cake, bro, because I had when I looked at the last little bit, I could see weed plastered all in it. But these times I'm naive. I don't really know. I just like, alright, fuck it, man. Cha. I just eat the rest. But anyway, to get to this next part now. After the mad night I ended up having, I'm driving to go somewhere, and in my head, I just remember thinking, this must be what it's like. Because one time I'm driving the car, bro, and I couldn't help it, but I went to grab, just something in me, just grabbed the steering wheel and went to smash the whip on the lamppost, bro. Literally, I just was gonna do it. And I couldn't stop myself from doing it. I had to park the car up and walk out of the car and literally keep telling because the place I had to go, I had a meeting, innit? And I couldn't miss this meeting. So I'm so set on going to this meeting, but I'm going to collapse myself, bro. And there's nothing that anyone in this moment in time is going to be able to do. I'm going to smash it. Just this split second of my brain is telling me, bro, you're going to smash this car into the lamppost and there's nothing no one's gonna be able to do about it. Bro, it was the most surreal. It was so mad I slightly wanted to do it again. And the only reason why I say that is because at that time I was going for a terrible time in life, bro. So my man gave this to me at one of the worst phases in my life. So I think that like you couple that with I'm already not in a good space. Enough of the man them don't even know that I'm not in a great space. You know what I'm saying? Every day is waking up for me is an effort, yeah. And now I'm out having a weed cake, and this thing is playing with my emotions in such a mad way. But you know, I think being in the space that I'm in now, there's a part of me that wants to experience that again to see what that experience looks like. But anyway, not to divert too much. So the heartbreak thing. Yeah. What made you go down this avenue this time, though, bro?
What made me go down it? Yeah. It was just trying to deal with things that I didn't deal with in the past, bro. I'm honest, like just peeling back some layers of stuff that man ain't really addressed, or just I was just trying to get rid of like some of the pain, bro, that I hold on to. Even though I hold on to it and it benefits me because I like use it as strength, but it's like just trying to clear up some of the pain, man.
Use it as bars as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and just go to a new era in life, man.
Have you had a relationship heartbreak? Have you had one of them? I see, because a couple times, you know, when you see the first rhythm that it was in December, isn't it?
Yeah.
Was it the first rhythm that you dropped off this project?
The Way You Are.
The Way You Are.
Yeah.
That's the first one, right?
Yeah. I wasn't even gonna put that on there. I did it, so it wasn't actually a single at the time. I just dropped it.
Okay.
For the song, but I thought, you know, it matches.
I like when you're in that bag, though.
It matches, yeah. People like that bag, man.
I like when you're in that bag. I just don't. You know what it is? I don't feel like I get enough of rappers like you in this stage doing it. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, there's a certain style. There's a certain style of rap that I like. Yeah, so it's my default. I still love, like, you see, like, I can find good shit in a bunch of different styles, yeah. But my default type rap is what you offer. Yeah. That's what I listen to on a daily. Do you get what I'm saying? Nipsey is my favorite. I love Nipsey. I drive around listening to Nipsey all the time. Yeah. Jada, them kind of rappers. You get what I'm saying? All the way to even like Benjamin AD. I fuck with Benjamin AD heavy. I like his style. I like the way that and I like the fact that like in his music, I can learn things about him in a certain way, which is like the elements of what I like about you. But that pocket, when you're in that bag, I know that it's like, you know, you could either be pulling from a place from far back in the day, or you could be pulling from a place from yesterday. But either way, there's something in there, in that element that I relate to. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think so. It's not recent. So where I'm pulling from is not recent. So I'd say about 3 years, 3-4 years back, where I just stopped effing with someone I was effing with.
Yeah.
And it's like only this year we said no contact. You know what I'm saying? So it's like at that stage is when I start processing 3 years back.
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say? So that's what brought me to this. So it's where it's like it's just a load of emotions, bro. You know, like what it is like losing a brethren, innit? It's more like, for me, it's more than like relationships, all that stuff. I don't know, man. I'm at a place where my heart's just cold, bro. But losing a brethren and something that I never pictured life without is like it brings you to a place of like mad reflection. It's like you gotta get through this. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm making this now, or what I'm pulling from in this is multiple situations. Like I had a situation 2015, and I'm only thinking about it while I'm making this tape. Is bro, I used to lay up with my shorty at the time and look at my wall. And on my wall were my goals. Release an EP, publishing deal, make £1 million, views, and all these little music related stuff. We used to lay there, brother, and look at them, yeah. And then that went sour, obviously. I was a man in it. Typical, took her for granted. And then what happened within a year, she achieved all of them goals.
Wow.
On my wall.
Wow.
Like, and when I think about it, yeah, like, hey, listen.
You know, I just went into.
Bro. So when I'm saying I'm pulling from multiple things, it's that I've never even doubled back to say, do you realise that happened? That literally about 12 months after we stopped talking and that, it's like everything went crazy for her.
That's
not to say that's where it stems from, but it's just
of
like we have that connection. It's like everything on that wall, bro, one by one. I was trying to find a picture of it, but one by one I remember the things and everything she achieved, bro.
That's mad.
It's cold. So I pull from situations like that, because even with that situation, I was wrong in that situation. Instead of facing it and actually coming to terms with it, I've always avoided it. Like even seeing her 5-6 years later, I've never been able to stand and look her in the face, because it's like a reflection of it's a reflection of my lowest time.
Right.
Like she's the reflection of my lowest time, and even after her, it's like I'm just trying to mold someone else into her.
Yeah.
So even my situation after that, I'm just
deep.
as well as because now you're this person who's you're a superstar basically. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So now I'm trying to recreate you in someone else, and it's not working. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I'm just wasting time. Yeah. Really, I should need to heal and be alone for a bit. Just go gym. Right. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm just wasting time trying to like
sort out your gut health.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like go, you know what I mean? Go sauna a couple of times and just sort yourself out. But so so man's pulling from loads of situations, bro. And one thing that I do with music, and I do this purposely, is I never make one song about one person. I never give that person strength over me. So there'll always be something in there where someone might hear it and be like, oh, that sounds mad familiar, but then something in there will just throw them off. Yeah. Straight away, so they know like it might be, but it might not be. Like I do that to just protect myself. Cause I don't want, and because I know how it felt. Because even Shorty, I'm telling you about now, her first release to the song, release to the world after achieving all these things was bare heartbreak shit about man. And I used to sit there and listen to it and feel like, oh, this is deep, like, is this what man actually put you through? Do you know what I'm saying? And even then, I'd even face it.
Right.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? I just avoided that facing it, bro. And it's just, man's just pulling from all of those situations, pulling from that, pulling from the next situation, just pulling from all these situations, even pulling back from my past fam, like my high school sweetheart. It's like,
yeah, I heard you mention.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like these, just pulling from me, like happy for her now. Don't get me wrong. It's like man, don't hold on to that no more. Like mad, married, all of these things. But it's like just pulling from them situations. You know what I'm saying? How a man might have felt at that time. It's like, yeah, man. It's just, and I can also put myself in other people's shoes, bro. I'm good at, like, I keep people around me that are honest with me, like especially females as well, that are honest with me about how they feel about men and how they are. So that's, man's never naive to how women can be.
Right.
Or how women, do you know what I'm trying to say? It's like, a lot of the time I was naive in the past, like, nah, you couldn't do that. We're wicked like that. You're not cold like that.
Oh, what? Can be the wickedest.
What?
They can be the wickedest, bro.
What?
But you know it is as well.
I know it, and I've learnt that through my brethren that just open with me.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Girl are wicked.
Yeah, when you got friends, that can, and your genuine brethren or whatever. Yeah. And you can get the unfiltered from them. You realise.
No. Girls are wicked. They're cold, bro. Like they're cold.
And let me tell you something. Smooth criminals.
Oh, they're cold with it.
Smooth
So cold
with it.
So cold with it, bro.
Yeah.
And that's why even that, I'm looking back and learning this now. I'm looking back into certain situations and thinking, raw, you actually manipulated man into thinking I did something wrong when you was just wicked, like man. Like,
Yeah,
you're,
that's true.
You're actually wicked, man.
But
You know
also
what I'm
though,
saying?
you have to accept when you've done, when you've moved mad, because that's
100%,
important.
100%.
And that's why I was gonna go, because there's bare things that you've said that have made me like I've just got questions in it, yeah. But like one of the things that you said is that you wouldn't write a song like and give the whole song based upon one particular person, because a part of that is about protecting yourself. But why do you feel the need to protect yourself?
I think that's just an ego thing, man. It's just like I wouldn't want someone from my past who's decided to leave, or someone that man's pushed out, or someone that man's parted with, to just have that over, man. Like in the future, sit there and be like, yeah, I still, like, you know what I mean? That's an ego thing, man. Because a part of me to get through, because look, to get through that situation with Shorty, listening to her talking about man, all this, it's like I have to use my ego. Instead of that turning into heartbreak, it's like, yeah, you're singing about me, and do you know what I'm trying to say? It's like for someone else to do that to me, it's like, yeah, he's rapping about me. Listen to, like, nah.
But do you know what though? Do you know it's mad? I hear it, you know.
Yeah.
I hear that 100 million %.
Yeah.
But sometimes it might not even be that. Sometimes it's like, it could be, I could imagine that it's like, rah, I didn't even know that you thought that. I didn't even know that you felt that. I didn't even see that at the time. You get what I'm saying?
But then at the time, see, that's the most important part, because after, it don't matter, bro.
Yeah, after.
See, that opening doors and all that, I'm not on spinning the block and all that, man. I'm not on letting you think, oh, yeah, I'm not on all of that.
But you know, that's
You know what I'm
never,
saying?
you saying whatever it is that you're saying, you know more time that it's not about spinning the block. You're just using your experiences and coupling it with your artistry. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And by coupling it with the artistry is then how you get naturally people that just genuinely really fuck with you, because you're one of them people that can do that. Do you get what I'm saying? But the ego thing is interesting. So how big is your ego?
How big? I can control it, man. I got a big ego, but I control it, bro.
Right.
I know my limits. You know what I mean? I know, like, I've been humbled before. I'm not. You know what I mean? I just know what I'm capable of. I know what I can manage. I know what I can take on. I know what I can dedicate to and what I can't. I just understand myself a lot better. Like, my ego's big, bro. Like, but it needs to be controlled. Then I wake up every day trying to kill it. That's my mission. Every day I wake up trying to kill my ego, bro, because naturally I wake up with it. It's like man can step out and things can go left, or I can make it to the gym, get my head right, step back out of there, someone down to earth. You know what I'm saying?
With a woman that you've dated and that, yeah, would she co-sign that from you, or what do you think a woman that you've dated in the past would say about
my ego?
Yeah.
Nah, they'll co-sign that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, man.
That's
Especially
strong.
especially because people that have been around me know the situation with my family. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
How I look after mumsy, my brother, my uncle's passing, and just how a man is, bro. Like, it's just the ego thing is just, it's there, innit? It's just in all of us. But I wake up every day trying to kill it. It don't control me.
Right.
I control my ego. I mean, in certain situations, I have to use it to get me through things. Like, this what I'm telling you, man's going through. Like, yo, when I'm saying I'm parting ways with one of my best friends, my dog, bro. Yeah, we had a little relationship, but I'm parting ways with my dog now. It's like, it kind of threw man off a bit. It's like I have to use my ego to get through that.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to say,
Because you know that, I like how you put that still, because when you're in a relationship with someone, or you have a relationship with someone or whatever, it's like, on one hand, the relationship involves a certain level of a high level of intimacy when you're doing whatever it is that you're doing.
Yeah.
But when you push all of that aside, yeah, when you're with someone for a long time, this is your dog.
it's my dog.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you're talking on the phone all the time, whatever. You're running ideas by each other. You're just kicking back, watching.
Business,
You having
business ideas,
all of that.
these things.
having comfortable silences.
You know what it is? It gets to a point, bro, where it's like life's just an experience, man. Like these things, like see me. Failed relationship for me. I started saying failed relationships are proof that if you're delusional enough, yeah, you can convince yourself that anyone's the one. Like, you can convince yourself that anyone's the one.
Still.
And it's if you spend enough time with someone, if you're compatible enough, you can convince yourself that anyone's the one. And that's why people go into situations thinking this is going to be the one, and then they get heartbroken, and it's not, because these things are just supposed to be experiences, bro. If it ends up for being a long experience, fair enough, but I just feel like man have to just get used to people leaving. Like, everyone in my life that's been around has been ripped out of my life. Every environment I've been put into, I've been ripped out of, bro. Like, to get to this country, I was ripped away from my dad. To get to 14 years old, ripped out of the UK, sent to Jamaica. From then, ripped back out of Jamaica, sent to the UK. Ripped out of the community, sent man's OT, man's doing this, ripped out. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, man just have to get used to the things you connect with the most and love the most getting ripped away from you. And man's just at that point now where it's like, relationships, alright, cool, if it works forever, whatever, blah. But man's just used to people just leaving, bro. Everything man put love into and trust into, it leaves, bro. You know what I mean? Whether that's my wrongdoing or they just decide that it's not for them no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man can't try and excuse man's fault in certain situations. It could be man's own fault. You push someone away or you do something that hurts them. They have no choice but to leave. They find the strength to do it. You accept it. But man's just used to people leaving, bro.
So what does that? Do you have trust issues based upon that? Because
I don't think I have trust issues, man. I just have, I won't call it commitment issues, but it's an issue of just, it's not even an issue, bro. I don't want to sound like I actually have an issue, because I'm open to I'm open to letting people in. I'm open to like speaking to new people. I'm open to, you know what I mean, learning new experiences and all of these things, new people and whatever. But it's just like, there's so much time that's been wasted on trying to do certain things. I'm just like, I'm not on wasting that kind of time again. I'm not on giving this kind of effort unless there's a reason to do it. Like, do you know what I mean? I just understand myself a lot better, man. There's certain things I can't commit to. There's certain things that, for example, lust hardly turns to love. Like, when you start with lust, it hardly flips the other way around. But you start with love, lust can be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you start linking the thing, it's just clap, 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 clap. And then I was like, oh, now let's try and
love
change
each
it.
other.
Now let's try. And it's hard, bro. It's mad. Do you know what I'm trying to say? People don't think about it, bro. It's so hard, bro. But people don't think about these things, and it's so hard, and we're just so delusional. And that's why I'm saying, people are really delusional. But if everyone's just honest with themselves, this is what the gym teaches you, bro, because you can't lie. Like, there's people that go gym for a year, there's no changes. It's because you're lying to yourself. Like, all this, I find it hard, and you don't. You're just lying to yourself, because you're here with your ego for an hour in front of everyone, but when you leave here, your chocolates are in your desk. This is up. If it wasn't, and you was honest with yourself, you'd see the progress. There's no way you're here for a year and not seeing progress. It's scientific. If you're in a calorie deficit and you're doing the right work, you're losing the weight. Sure. If you're eating enough protein and you're doing your muscle build, you're gaining the weight. It's scientific. Yeah. If you're in here doing the work, it's scientific, but you're not honest with yourself outside of the gym. Right. And that's what gym teaches you. You have this holistically, you have to be honest with yourself, bro. And then from there, you start being honest with yourself as a parent. You start being honest with yourself as a man. What can I commit to when it comes to relationships? Do I even need a relationship? Like, what do I want from a relationship? Like, what is it that man's trying to find out here? Because like I said, I spent time trying to mold someone into someone else. That never worked, bro. Just a waste of time. Like, bare waste of time. I mean, you got to learn yourself, like, man. And people think, like, I don't know, people do it at different paces, innit? But you're always learning yourself, I feel like.
100%.
Like, I just feel like there's so much new things. Once you think you've got extra charge, you hit a new situation that's like, oh, this is new to me. How do I deal with this? And now you're realising how you deal with it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because losing my uncle weren't the same as losing my brethren that I was talking to. No. Like, it's a different type of pain. Like this. And
it's a different type of context as well.
This one going through this tape, bro, there was a night where I made a song on this tape here that I couldn't listen to for 2 weeks.
What song was it?
It's not on there. Oh. It's not even on there. That's how bad it was. I couldn't finish the tune. Like, man peeled back so many layers that night in the studio, bro, that it stopped me in my tracks. I couldn't play the tune. Brought man to such a place of sadness and darkness, bro. It's like, I can't even listen to these words, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, proper deep, man. It's like, man spent a lot of time alone as well. That's the thing, man. And because man bun ganja as well, it's like, man would blow one in the studio, 4 o'clock in the morning, everything's silent, the building's empty, in my thoughts. Bare heartbreak things, man. Just listening to lyrics back to back, and I'm just sitting there thinking, raw. You know what I mean? It was really a process, bro.
That is music to my ears. Yeah. Like, and I'll tell you why. Yeah. I love studio sessions. Yeah. Most people will find them boring, because a lot of the time when you go to a studio session, ain't nothing happening. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And it takes a little while, maybe sometimes, for a penny to drop or for something to happen or whatever, and before you start getting that magic. But there's been times where I've been a fly on the wall, literally in a studio session, nothing's happening, and I've been in there with somebody who raps and says stuff, or someone that's super talented that has that articulates their emotions in a certain way, yeah. And when you see that thing, once that thing, it could be anything, something happens or whatnot, and you're just silent in there, and you see someone just either like doing it off their head or writing it down or whatnot, and then going in the booth and saying some stuff or whatever, yeah. To me, I love that. And I hear that, you know what, there must be times where it becomes difficult because you're pouring into something and you're letting it go, but then it can make you feel uncomfortable even by listening back to it, because it's like you're letting that thought process go into something, and then now you're actually just hearing it, like. But I think at some point, here's my contradiction, because on one element of it, I'm like, you know what, from a selfish aspect, from a fan perspective, yeah, we want to hear that. When you're ready, we want to hear that. But you know what? If I'm your brethren, I'm saying to you, now you know what, sometimes this is what your gift is about though. Sometimes the gift is like, you just need to just go in there, do that, lay it out.
Nah, that one was for me. That one was for me for now. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll put that one out. But that one in particular was for me to peel back them layers and really like get some truth and honesty in myself, bro. Just like be like, why do I feel like this in this situation? What is it that man's losing out of this situation that I feel like I need or that I'm uncomfortable letting go of? And it's just like I said, man has to just picture life without everything that's in it now. It's like if man did that a bit sooner, it would have been a smoother transition. Just picture life about everybody, and it sounds like so bad to live like that, bro. But it's just like, it's the reality, man. Everything's temporary, bro. Even forever is temporary for us. Yeah. In the grand scheme of things,
I'll talk on that.
That our forever is till we die, innit? But even that, in the grand scheme of things, is temporary, because life outlives us. These kids outlive us. Our kids outlive us. So our forever is till, like, for example, till death do us part. It's like, whose death is the one that's gonna do it? We don't know whose death it's gonna be. It's just one of us is gonna die, innit? Like that's how I see it, bro. It's all temporary. Like like our parents is temporary. I heard a man say it once. It's just he was blessed to have meet his mum and have that experience with her. It's like, bro, your mum, you know, you just an experience. Like it's just man.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's just an experience, bro. And as cold as it is, and as much as it rips out your chest when they go, it's just like, everyone is an experience, bro. It's all temporary, fam.
You said you got a cold heart, bro.
Yeah, but only not on like some bravado stuff. It's just, bro, there's only so much man can take before it's just like you kind of like, not to protect yourself, but you're just going to defensive mode, innit? There's only so much pain man can take, bro, and that just affects the heart. And it's just, yeah, man, it just turns you like, I don't know, man. It just makes you make different decisions. I think that is just a saying that makes man make, like, just apprehensive making certain decisions, basically. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Before, where you're warm-hearted, you're nice, you just, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I think I can be I can be elements of that until I'm into something. Yeah. And then my heart is as warm and as hot as anything. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah.
Nah, but making that tape though, yeah, man. Like, just pulling from these things, bro. My uncle, my brother, past relationships, past situations, like even other people's situations. There's certain things, like for example, on church address, I was telling my brother, and he was saying, bro, this tune's sick. And I was saying, bro, listen to the chorus, it's pain. Because what man's saying is, man's trying to invite someone to a church to get married. You don't invite your fiance to the church. These are things you plan together. So really, ultimately, man's just shooting my shot and saying, yo, regardless of how life is, are you rolling or not? Yeah. So you listen to these things, and it's just like, man, don't really get that though until I explain it. Obviously, it's like, do you know what I mean? It's, yeah, bro. It's just, there's different elements to heartbreak, man.
Yeah, 100%. I think more time when we go to heartbreak, you do go to like, relationship heartbreaks. We don't even necessarily look at the heartbreak of losing. Forget that relationship. It's just like one of your brethren, just like one of your dogs or whatever. Whether they pass away or whether they've done you dirty. So you get what I'm saying? Yeah. You've left something around and you realise that your brethren's teeth stolen from you. That's a heartbreak.
That's happened to me before, my little young buck, man.
Is it, yeah?
Yeah, man. I had to punch him up.
Serious?
Yeah, I beat him up on the spot and then we shook hands. I was like, bro, you understand why I did it, innit?
Why? What? Wait.
Just like snaky stuff, you know what I mean? My little guy, man, I grew him up. You know, like, grew him up, bro. He's doing certain things. It's just like, yeah, man, I had to punch him up, man.
And what? How did he take the licks?
What do you mean he took the licks? How did he take bruised up and battered? How else is he gonna take them? Like, as big bro, do you know why? But nah, man in my ends grew up doing that though.
Yeah.
Like, you see your brethren on, like, you punch up your brethren if he does wrong, bro. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't talk to my best friend.
But you gotta follow that. Like, if you are, obviously, man, ain't necessarily good condone with that, yeah. But if you are gonna do that though, you gotta follow it with the words though. You gotta follow 100%. It with, bro, like
100%. You understand, like, bro, you understand why. And it's like, and since then it's just been full loyalty.
Is it? Yeah, full yeah. Sometimes, you know what? Sometimes some people need that though. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes some people do need that.
Yeah, man.
So a young humbling,
man.
To understand. Listen, come on, like, bro, like, I loved you, you know, like, and looked after you. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, come on, bro. You don't need to do that for me. If you need something, you just shout at me. Like, let's have a conversation about that.
Yeah, man.
But to do that and then think that, you get what I'm saying?
Nah, all the boys back in my bit. Yeah, man, that's what man used to do. Your brethren's on wrongness, bro. You just gotta. It's either that or you just. I don't know, man. It sounds like it's not a bad man thing. It's just like, bro, there has to be consequences for certain actions, innit?
Yeah.
Or you get painted with that same brush. You know, if man, there's certain things that you cannot accept your brethren doing. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Man don't need to say there's certain things that man can just
no, it's
not
full
accept.
Loyalty.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So
you say that's full loyalty to loyalty, bits now.
There ain't been a problem.
Not
even like that, but also man's also grown out of that, and I also blessed the man with something to, you know what I mean, go look after his family. So it's a different type of relation. I'm just saying that as an example. You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear it loud. But yeah, bro, big up on the project and that anyway, man. Like, and just forever keep being like pouring you into your music, bro. Yeah, because it's that I think we need, like, I don't know. We can have a little conversation about the scope of rap in a moment and that, yeah. But I just think for me, these are the elements for me that I need. I need to hear these type of things. You get what I'm saying? I need to hear all these different type of elements and whatnot. And I want to learn stuff, bro. Like, if you've been away for a little while or whatnot and you come back, I want to know what's going on. Yeah. Like, what's happening. Yeah. Even if you don't even have to pull from something like yesterday or whatever. Yeah. But still, I still want to know that. I still want to understand that. I like having that connection with my favorite artist. Do you get what I'm saying?
I like that, bro.
Quickly as well, you just mentioned like the situation with your pups. Yeah, I know you go to Jamaica often, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which part are you from?
St. Elizabeth.
Oh, okay. Is that is that where you travel to a regular, or do you just go about the place?
Go around, man.
Yeah,
I just go around the place.
Is your dad still there?
My pops is Canadian, bro. So what it was, bro? I don't know if you know, but I thought my pops was dead for time. Like, I got word that he was dead when I was like, I must be like 15, 16, maybe. I thought the man dropped. I think like my 21st or 22nd birthday, he hit me up. Like, yo, dog.
On your actual birthday?
Yeah, he hit me up. It was 21st or 22nd. One of those birthdays. I thought he was dead for like a good 6-7 years. I haven't got songs saying R.I.P. Pops now.
Oh, fucking hell.
Hey, bro, life's a movie sometimes. You know? But anyway, yeah, no, my pops is currently in Canada, bro. The man, old man in Canada, just over there.
Have you got a good relationship with him?
Nah.
You talk?
I send a WhatsApp once every 3-4 months. But my little brother talks to him every Friday. Right. On the phone from the hospital. So that's kind of the bridge between it. I got nothing to say to him, innit? But there's nothing I want to say. Sure? I'm at peace. Okay. Yeah. Because my therapist asked this as well. Not to confidential shit. Yeah. Am I sure?
Yeah.
I feel sure. Like, I'm searching for something to find. But it's like, you know, my pops, bro. I remember him, like, I grew up around, like, bad domestic violence situation, innit?
Okay.
Like, he almost killed my mum. Like, my mum had to run away from my pops, come to England, and then me and my little brother had to get kidnapped to come to England. Like, that's how bad it was. I watched my mum almost die, blow, head to toe in blood, stabbed her, everything in front of me. I was about 5 years old.
Wow. So
that's how man ended up here. So that's like, okay, I can put myself in your shoes.
Wait,
too.
So who kidnapped?
My auntie. So my mum was here. My mum came here. I don't know how she ended up here, but like, say 2-3 months after the situation happened with my pops,
get away from him.
She was here. Yeah, she was here. My uncle obviously took her in here. My uncle Winston, who passed away in 2015. So yeah, my auntie came for me and my brother, take us out. I think it's a normal thing she used to come and do, just come up to Kingston and take us out from my pups for a few hours and he's doing what he's doing. Kidnapped us from him, bro. Like, my mum had sorted out our passports. Yeah, we're going down the road, blah blah blah. Next thing, man, seeing snow and Gatwick and these things. Real, that's how it happened. Like, man, remember that cab ride as well? Because it's like, man, just seeing concrete buildings in the snow. Gatwick. First time I ride in a cab. My uncle grabbed man from the airport with my mum. First time I rode in a black cab, and that's why the black cab thing is just like such a significant thing in my family. Because your mumsy's a black cab driver. Like, you get me?
Okay. But pick up mumsy, man.
I need to put parking. But yeah, bro, that's how I ended up coming here.
Right.
And then I thought, but yeah, he's in Canada at the moment. He's alright. Man's got loads of brothers and sisters as well, so it's just like there's nothing else out. I don't know what to say, man.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
I just say what's up now, and then I send him a picture of his granddaughter. But it's like, what do I actually say, bro?
Bro, I hear it. Do you know what the maddest thing is? Obviously, we talk about experience and all that type of stuff. Yeah, is that like people would love to believe that in every dynamic you have this idea of, or you have this experience of what your mum and your dad is, and that we should all experience that, and that is what it is, yeah. And if you don't have it, that ultimately, you know, you're either filled with like mad trauma or something like that, or later on down the line you'll have a lot of things that you're gonna want to say to this person, but in actuality, it's not always like that. Like one of my good friends and that, he's never had a good relationship with his dad, and he was always like, I genuinely made peace with it. Genuinely. I got nothing to say. What would you want me to say? He was a shit dad. Like, I don't, like, I already know that. Like, it wasn't...
There's nothing to say. There's nothing to say. With my pups, my pups was popping back in his day, innit? My pups was a reggae singer. Okay. And he used to... Should I say shit like this on pods, bro? You go as far as you want to go. You don't have to say his name. No, but he used to do a mad thing, innit? He used to do the mad thing, innit? Like, country to country. Okay. But his mistake was sleeping with all the women he used to do his thing. So over the last 5-6 years, man's got family members, brothers and sisters that just pop up on my IG, bro. Nephews. Like, bro, I try and explain it. Chucks, I've got a sister in New York that I've met. I've got a sister in Toronto that's near my pups. I've got a sister from Grenada that's on IG. I've got a nephew from Toronto that raps. I've got a brother that's got a Greek family that does family YouTubing. My brother, but you look at him, he's like, he's got man's nose and that. So it's funny, he's like a big version of man. It's hilarious. But all these people just pop up on my IG, they all find me. It's like one person will find out, it's like, yo, you're my uncle. Yo, you're my brother. I'm just like, bro, this is mad, bro. Yeah, so that's Pops' mistake, but you know, Caribbean man back in the day, blood. That's their man's thing. So in that sense, I can put myself in his shoes for that. But I can never understand why he almost killed my mum in front of me. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, what can you possibly say to me? I'm at peace with everything else. Yeah, you was about for a bit, used to pop up, do your thing, flash your cash. That's how you used to look after, man. Fair enough. At the time, it's cool. You know what I mean? Pops is impactful. He's coming, new bikes, gold chains, and you know what I mean. When you pop up, man's good. But that's not what man needed. That is 100%. You know what I'm saying?
100%. So. And you know that now even more so because you got a daughter in it. So you that thing 100%. That you understand that child needs, you pour into that, innit? Okay.
T-E-D, and then the new one is, are you gonna rap, Daddy?
Yeah, you're gonna rap, Daddy. Yeah, I heard that.
Telling me she's just sounding. Oh, do you get me? Yeah. Nah, I'm raising her like a little renegade, man.
Is it?
She's all doing kickboxing and all of these things she does, man. She's a smart little youth. Man.
What is my favourite of this thing, though?
Parking.
I love Drive, by the way.
Drive's a dope one, man. Dope.
This is hard. Rapping like the Rent stew. Yeah, this is hard. This is hard, bro. I remember just Drive, like, it came out last Wednesday. Oh, this is good as well, by the way. Just to let artists know. And I saw Elijah put this up on his thing. Your music doesn't have to always come out on a Friday. Your music does not always have to come out on a Friday.
Do you know what it is though? You have the freedom to do that when you're indie though, innit? Like a lot of Fridays.
Oh yeah, if you are big.
Charts.
Yeah, of course. That's what I'm
saying. Because man's not.
You don't have to worry about that. Just do your thing and build. That's it. Just do your thing and build. But yeah, when that dropped, I was all over that. And that's been my gym thing at the moment as well. I mean, in the gym listening to this project. So yeah, man, big up on that, bro. Each and every time.
Appreciate it.
One other thing I wanted to mention, yeah, before we even get out of here. I saw you mention this, yeah. I thought this was interesting. You said things are so bad that people are back to relying on a change of government, thinking that it will bring prosperity. All this information and all this history, and people still refuse to accept that absolutely no one is coming to save us. You remember saying that? Elaborate on that. What was making you think that?
It's just seeing things online, bro, when it comes to politics. Like, just how much hope and faith people put into, like, their party winning, and that being like like houses, like people feeling like there's a generation of people who can't get on the housing ladder. Like, they think a change of government is going to help with that, and it's just, bro, I just feel like we're mad naive to information sometimes, because there's just so much out here that's showing, man, yo, the world is not going to get better anytime soon. Like, the plan for 2030 and all these little things and all these little conspiracy theories and stuff, is like, man can't be naive to everything. There's certain things that are steamrolling in those directions, you know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, man's have to open our eyes, accept the information, and realize that, bro, these things are not going to change. They're not going to change a lot of things in the long term, man, because life is designed for it's all these things are designed to go a certain way. Like, even Brexit, I don't believe our votes counted for Brexit. Brexit had to happen, bro. Like, things are designed. These parties are an illusion. Like, that's what, you know what I mean? I believe that. Whether you, man, like, you get me? But it's just what I believe. Everything is designed to go a certain way, bro. There's one higher power. All this pit party against each other, and you against, like, everything's already designed, bro. This is just for us to feel like we have some type of control. You know what I'm trying to say?
But to make it like democracy is an illusion.
I believe so, man. I believe so. It's designed to just go a certain way, and every step of the way, it's like, by design, it's happening. Like, whether we think we're the ones voting for it, we think we're doing it. It's like, it's designed to happen. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel, man. And that's not even on a crazy thing. That's just like, information wise, there's so much things that have been spoken about that are happening. It's like, how do you keep ignoring them? Like, how many coincidences do we just say, yeah, it's a coincidence? Like, there's only so much times you can do that before you're just being naive, isn't it? And it's better to just live ignorantly, because it's just like, what do you actually do with the information anyway? All it does is depress you, because you just realise, wow, this thing's harder than we actually thought. Or, do you know what I'm trying to say? But it's just like, I just feel like man just have to accept it, bro. I just don't think anyone's coming to save man. Like, man can save ourselves, but there's no one's gonna come and save you.
Yeah, do you know what, bro? I think that, like, I agree in the essence that I can't see how things get better. It depends on what we're talking about, by the way, because there's so many different elements.
So many different, exactly.
So many different elements.
So some things will get better.
Some things might get better, but really and truly, has it got better? Or was it just so bad that once it's kind of declined a little bit, it's hasn't really got better. It's just not as shit as it once was. So in simple terms, let's just say, for example, mortgage rates. That shit went all the way up to 6%. But then it might come down to 4%, and you might say, well, that's better. But really, is it better? Because not long ago, it was 1%.
It was 1%.
There's certain people out there that all had 0.9 and that. Like, is it better? So I don't know.
That's when it comes to inflation as well, don't it? Yeah, it's so high. So when it comes a little bit down,
so then
it's
you
still
say it's
more
better.
than it used to be.
Yeah, it's still way more.
It's still worse.
It's still
But these are the things that I say, man can't be naive to these things. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. But my only thing that I would say is that, like, I think, and maybe this could be naivety, but a part of me does feel that, like, a lot of this is all about conditioning and manipulation, and in this country in particular, we are a small part of this whole pie. And in the middle of the pie is a Middle England that we don't even relate to or connect to in any way, really. And so much times in our own bubble, we might think that something is going a certain way because we're talking amongst ourselves in our community and whatnot, and then the outcome comes out and you realise, oh shit, it didn't go our way. But the reason why it didn't go our way is because we have a whole Middle England that is completely almost disconnected from us, but is also playing the same game and is also a part of this manipulation. You get what I'm saying? And I think that, like, partly one of the reasons why we're in such a... It's easy for them to put us in a shit position, by the way, is because if you manipulate Middle England, they will go out and they will do what is needed to be done. So when it does come to this voting thing, for example, the older lot, in particular, the older generation, they, in their minds, realize or see how important it is to turn up. But it's also easy to manipulate them. Because, no disrespect, but when you're older and whatnot and your news outlet is just this,
You're just stuck in your ways.
you could just be stuck in your way. And also, now the way that algorithms and all of that work, I can feed you what you already lean into a little bit.
Yeah.
So even when it comes to immigration and that, you see how this thing works. It's like, oh, we can see that you're on that side a bit. Yeah, let's start feeding them images of people coming over on boats and this, that, and forth or whatever. And then every time there's something negative, let's put a black face on that. Yeah. So now, when the country's in shit street and we're talking about X, Y, and Z and whatever else here, these people, the old Middle England, they're gonna look at that and say, yeah, I don't see all of that. I'm going out and I'm ticking it because
Simple
I can't. They blame everything on something like that, and it's like that's one of the reasons why sometimes I think we get pushed out of the equation because of that. But you know what, bro? I don't know, man. I guess like I do still vote though. I do still vote,
well.
and like one of the reasons why I do,
but that's a whole, like,
I do for two reasons, or I do for one main reason, but I do one other thing. So one of the reasons why I do vote is because I think that in my mind it gives me even more of a reason to criticize. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you can't say I didn't show up. I showed up and I did what I needed to do.
Right, at least you can change what's happening locally. Maybe to an extent, you know what I mean?
And another thing is also, is like I'll see that and I'll say, all right, cool. But then on the other side, sometimes I'll say, I don't rate none of these motherfuckers. I don't rate none of them. So I'll just go there and I just spoil the ballot. But you know that I did that. That's me saying, even though it might only be a couple people that might do that or a small percentage or whatever, I'm letting you know I don't rate none of you. But I turned up to let you know that. If we all did that, enough times they'd have to start looking at certain things. Or not even that. If we actually had some minerals, like proper minerals, and millions of people just touch the road on a thing of universally this country is fucked. And let me tell you something. If we have to come back out, let's just say, for example, remember I've said this bare times, let's just say 7 million or 8 million or 10 million people just went to number 10 Downing Street on the same vibe of, listen, fuck this, vote this, all of that stuff, Fix it.
Simple as that.
And if we have to come back the same lot,
it won't be the same.
No, we're just collapsing everything.
It won't be the same. And bro,
and watch how quickly they will take that serious.
And if you take that stance with supermarkets and prices, if you take that stance with medical care and prices, insurance and prices, we get everything done. But the people don't realise it. We are the power, bro.
100%.
But it's like, how do you tell people that are conditioned to pay their mortgage on time and we got to do this because if you don't, credit score's dropping, and there's so much fear in speaking up, bro. It's like you lose the comfort. It's the same with my man, innit? What's his name? DJ Khaled. My man can't say a word for his people.
Not one
can't
thing.
say a word, bro.
One
like
thing.
It's embarrassing, fam. Like as a man, like it's embarrassing, bro. But you understand it. It's like, bro, that compromise is crazy, dog.
I saw you tweet something actually that I thought was cold. Where you said,
I do cold tweets all the time, but I delete them.
Oh, is
I
it?
overthink my tweets.
Yeah. So do I, by the way.
Bro, I drop so many cold tweets. I just overthink them because I don't want people to like. It sounds sick, but you're gonna take it this way, and I gotta explain. And now this person's taking it. Sometimes it's just for me to just get it out. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? Sometimes I do. I open the thing. I have a thought. So I open up Twitter, or whatever, and I type the thought out, and then I just delete it.
Yeah, David. It's not worth it. It's long.
Or like sometimes,
I do that
someone said something stupid. Or like I might say something, or there's a dickhead that just says something stupid, Then I go to say something back, and I think, you know what?
There's no point.
I'm just not even gonna do that.
No point.
Also, sometimes like, you know what it is? Sorry, I'm diverting. On one element, I think I'm probably arguing with a child. I'm probably arguing with a child. Or even when somebody just chats shit, whether it's they're just chatting shit to my comment, or they're being disrespectful, or they're even like trying to insult me, when I'm about to say whatever it is that I'm about to say, I very quickly remember, I'm me. I am me. You can sit here and say whatever it is that you want to say about whatever it is, yeah. But in essence, big man, I'm me. And that's cold.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? That's cold. Fuck that. I ain't even saying that. I just leave it.
Yeah.
But anyway, you tweeted and said it was something along the lines of, I'd rather say, let me find it, bruv. It was something about, I'd rather say the wrong thing. I'd want to say nothing wrong, but I'd be wrong if I said nothing. So like, in other words, it's like, you don't want to say the wrong thing, but when something is so important, you don't want to say nothing. It would be wrong to say nothing. And it's like...
I think that's a Kanye West bar.
Is that a Kanye West bar?
I'm pretty sure that's a Kanye West bar, you know.
Yeah.
I think that's where I got it from. It's a Kanye West bar, isn't it?
I'd want to say nothing wrong.
I think that's a Kanye song still.
Oh,
That's where
okay.
I got it from.
I'd be wrong.
But I'd be wrong if I said nothing.
I feel
And then when you even epitomize, when you look at that and you connect that with
I think
with Khalid, for example, it's like, bro, you don't even have to come out and say the whatever is the universally right thing. You don't even need to say that. But saying nothing feels a bit mad.
Yeah.
Like, imagine like in Jamaica, yeah, for whatever reason, whatever the context is, you can sit here and say who's right and wrong and all of this type of stuff. Well, I'm just making an argument here, yeah. Imagine a whole load of people in Jamaica just dying, being squeezed out to pieces, and no one don't say a thing. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine Cartel not saying that? Could you imagine Tony Matterhorn just like...
Even internet-wise, Spice, Shensia, these people, you can't imagine them not saying
I could
anything.
not imagine.
Like, do you know what I'm saying? Oh, it's bad, bro. The Khaled thing is bad, man. Like, that's like grand level bad, man. It's bad, man. Like when you proper break it down, it's proper bad, man. Proper bad, man. Like,
I'm also like, sometimes I'm with this thing of like, you don't necessarily need to come out and be the most political person and all of that. And you don't necessarily need to come out and like, because sometimes I think some people do need to just keep their mouth shut, to be honest with you. But I just think it is really interesting. I think it's really interesting where something like that could happen to your people, yeah. And it's just not one thing.
Publicly.
Yeah.
He's obviously fighting with it. Don't get me wrong, but he's trying to be politically correct and stand on the right side. These sponsors and these people that have got his life how it is. I mean, the man can't say too much, but there it is, there, innit, Kanye West.
Yeah, what is the song?
Champions.
Oh, okay. Pray for me, I'm about to hit the A button. I don't want to say nothing wrong, but I'd be wrong if I say nothing. Yeah.
Imagine if I didn't say something, wouldn't none of these saying nothing.
Yeah. But free Palestine each and every time.
Each and every time.
And yeah, honourable shout out to the Congolese people as well, which is really important, and the Sudanese as well. Yeah. Brother, love for coming through, bro.
No, I appreciate it, man. Finally, we can sit down. Yeah.
Anytime
I see you, man, I'm just passing through the dance quick.
Yeah, bro. But I like to dig beneath the surface sometimes, man, and just and chop it up and that. And next time you come here, come and sit down with Poet as well. We're just all three of us will have a reasoning still.
Yeah, man,
you know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it, man. New mixtape out.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Right now
things is going good, man.
You got merch and that for it?
Amari's doing the merch, innit?
Amari's
doing.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Cool. Is that it there?
No. This is just one of his joints, the alumni joints. But he's gonna do the merch as well. I should pick it out tomorrow.
So the same
as that.
Yeah,
same.
Yeah. Oh, he did that cap as well.
Yeah, alumni.
Oh shit, I ain't got that one.
Alumni too, but he's gonna do my merch. It'll be this quality. Dope.
Okay.
I've got Heartbreak and Half Packs to go to. That's dope stuff.
Alright, say no more, man.
I'll make sure you get me.
Alright, love every time. Hey, thanks. Actually, no, quickly, 'cause I haven't done this for a little while. Is there anything that you have seen, read, watched, heard that you think people need to know about? It could be anything. Have you watched a documentary, watched a film, seen something, read a book? Like, what is something that you've seen that you think that people should know about? Could be a song, could be a tune or artist, whatever else. Just something different.
I don't know if you lot remember this film yet, A Knight's Tale.
I ain't seen that.
No.
It's an old film, but if anyone has time and likes films, just go watch A Knight's Tale.
Yeah.
That's one of my favourite films of all time.
Swear down.
It's a proper it's a making of a man type of film.
Right.
It's dope, man.
Right.
Yeah, that one.
It's-
That one. Old school one. Might call me crazy, but just watch it.
That's another one.
Yeah. It's the that there. You really take the lessons from it. It's the making of a man, fam. Showing you a lot of lessons in that. So not recently, but yeah, that's what I'd advise people. If they got time,
Watch that.
go watch that one again, man.
TE,
Yeah.
love and guidance every time, my
Come
brother.
on, every time.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Yeah, love.